All right, good evening. Sorry, running a little late. Supposed to start at 7 was the original plan, um, but ended up I had friends over earlier today. Played some Hero Escape, board game I haven't played in years. Ended up we actually played it wrong, so we're gonna have to do it again later. Then went out to eat and then played a little bit of the Oregon Trail card game for a few. Um, so just finished that up a little bit ago. So yeah, just now getting started. Um, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Um, so we left off last time. Where were we? I think it was the first week of summer. We got a good bit of progress made. Yeah, we're at summer 9. I think we got most of the fish, if I remember. I think we're just waiting on crops to grow. But we'll see how it goes tonight. Probably will go till 10ish, just to try to make up for a little bit of the time earlier that we missed. Maybe I'll go a little past. We'll kind of see how it goes, how tired I get. But yeah, we'll jump in. We'll see what's on the to-do list for the reminder of what else we got to do. Okay, steel pickaxe is ready for pickup. That's great. So we'll be able to break some of the large stones, which means there's going to be a special place on the farm we'll be able to get to. We have our first batteries. Around and just water the food bowl. Yeah, we started building a silo. So that's built, we can get a coop. Stuff to store. Keep those. Yeah, we can sell that. Just stockpile those for now. And batteries, why not too? And the Dorado is a fish that we'll want to catch. Just for completion. Okay, one thing we can donate. Booksellers in town. I'm not really going to worry about checking the bookseller till I've got like close to 100k in inventory or for money. Does he like sweet pea? Yeah, let's give him one to get some more friendship with him. Most of the books just cost so much that it's really not worth it before then. Say hi to Shane. What do you want from me? Money? I'd give you a pot of gold to leave me alone. I mean, I'd take it. Help get stuff finished quicker. Not gonna say hi to Morris. Just move the play over in advance so pickaxe can go to its rightful spot. And we have a geode, or mystery box. Okay, that's good. We already used basic fertilizer for a lot of stuff, but being able to put some quality down will help us. Yep, and flute box, that's done. So flute block, not box. Okay, I also want to check the Dorado. Which one is that? No. Dorado. What time? Till 7 o'clock. Okay. So go work towards that. We'll just see. My nephew Shane has been staying at my place the last few months. We'll see if we manage to get the Dorado. If we don't, it's fine. Because we also need to try to hit level 8 fishing anyways. So we'll just do this for a bit, and then I'll break the 1 stone before I head to sleep for the night. Ooh, there's a chest. It's probably just a sunfish, so... Oh, cool, something else that we can donate. Should say hi to Sophia. If I don't for one day, not a huge deal. Okay. Getting more artifacts than fish. It's probably the Dorado, just with how much it moved. Or just very bad luck on like a rainbow trout, but... Been looking forward to this stream. For the most part, I've only been playing Stardew during these streams since I've started streaming. Stardew, for the past like year or so, has definitely been like my go-to game to relax and kind of be a distraction from stuff going on. And when I started streaming, I didn't know how it was going to work with me like playing other games outside of streaming. And honestly, I've barely played anything outside of streaming so far. And I haven't really felt much of a need to, or like, I've wanted to play stuff. Like, and I mean, obviously, like, if you don't have time, you just don't have time. But it hasn't been like, oh man, like, I haven't played anything in so long, I'm missing it. Like, it's been cool being able to do the streaming schedule, for Fridays, for like getting to play games that I haven't played that sit in the backlog, kind of forcing myself to play some of them, like, has been really nice. And Stardew still is definitely like my big relaxation game, so I look forward to Saturdays in particular for getting to play Stardew, because it's just such a relaxing game to me. But doing it all like this hasn't, like, I haven't been feeling moments during the week, which work has been incredibly stressful for me, the last few weeks, and it will continue to be for several months, most likely, unfortunately. But I'm not feeling the need, like, when I get home. I'm just so tired and irritated from it that I'm, like, just, like, zone out in Stardew for a few hours like I had been. It's, like, doing the streaming stuff has been kind of shifted the focus a bit. So now when I get home, I'm taking a look at, like, thinking about what do I want to do next, kind of planning for the games I'm playing right now, Pokemon Sweet, Hollow Knight, and Stardew. Where do I want to go next with them? As far as, like, you know, I'm getting a better feel for streaming now, where it's like I'm trying to think a little bit about, like, some talking points or things I want to bring up, kind of knowing, like, what I'm about to be doing in the game. Obviously with this week's, I didn't get all the time I wanted to kind of do that planning this week for the games. I mean, I was running late for tonight, for instance, but and there was other stuff going on throughout the week that prevented me from really devoting the time to it, that I just needed to prioritize elsewhere. But I'm beginning to think a little more about, like, you know, it's, to me, streaming, like, has been pretty easy to just do, as far as the actual act of just kind of clicking to go live, just kind of talking. There's definitely moments I've caught myself kind of zoning out a bit, especially with Hollow Knight. Just, it's a game, playing it for the first time, processing the information. Sometimes I have just gone silent for a bit longer than I would like to, because I'm just, like, trying to either focus during a boss fight or kind of just look around the environment and understand what I'm supposed to be doing or where I should be trying to go. With Stardew, it's so much easier for me. Like, obviously, when it's, like, a legendary fish, I might be kind of like, uh-oh, like, I gotta kind of focus because this thing's dashing around. Otherwise, this is just such an easy game to kind of narrate over. And I don't always have the best narrations in mind right now. Still figuring that out a little bit. But that's kind of where my focus is now with it. The idea of streaming, going live, talking for an extended period of time, that stuff I'm getting a good feel for and I'm comfortable with. Now it's kind of just upping that quality to make it more engaging and entertaining. Because that's the goal to me, is to make this just a fun spot for people to be, to, whether they're actively engaged, chatting, stuff like that, or if it's something that they just want to kind of put on to either listen to, or, like, they have it up on a second screen, just kind of, like, passively watching, like, they're interested in it, but not in any big level of detail. That's totally fine. That's, like, first and foremost, it should be something that someone's like, ooh, they're live, I want to put that on because I enjoy what they're talking about. I enjoy what they have to say. I enjoy what they're playing. It's just a fun distraction for me. And I think for me, I started, like, I've always watched YouTubers and streamers for years and years. I started following a lot of people on Newgrounds when I should have probably been on Newgrounds in, like, second or third grade. But so many people that I follow that still are involved in those communities today, that I've watched for over 20 years now. And it's always a thing that has seemed so cool to do, but so far out of reach, when it never is really that far out of reach. Oh, cool, we got the Dorado. To me, the part that can feel out of reach, and I think this is where two different ideas get conflated, is, you know, the incredibly successful content creators, streamers, YouTubers, whatever. There's not a large number of them, but they have the largest audiences, and it can make it feel like there's a lot of incredibly successful ones. And I think that success. So this is the little, before I continue that talk, little mine that's on the frontier farm that you get once you have the steel axe. Okay, I'll come back in here to grab those. Yeah. I think people, the actual act of just creating content, but videos, streaming, like TikToks, whatever it is that you're choosing to make, that action itself is not the difficult action. It's I think it's more people get caught up in whether or not it's going to be successful. And yeah, I mean, if you're doing this stuff, you have some specific thing you'd like to get out of it. Myself included, obviously, long term. But I think it's important to realize, like, it is a long term process. Like, it's like exercise or anything else like that. Like, it's not going to just happen overnight. Like, you got to work towards it. You got to put in time. I'm not going to say how much time is the correct amount, because I do think that there's a balance there that you need to do a healthy amount for yourself. You don't want to be spending hours and hours and hours of time on this stuff if you're not getting the satisfaction that you want out of it. And that could be for multiple reasons. You know, there is something to be said about, you know, having a strategy for what you're doing. Like, how are you promoting yourself? How are you going about getting engagement from others? Things like that. Like, that's not so straightforward, like, and that's something I've got to figure out. I know things that I could be doing better there that I just haven't started doing yet. They're on a list that I want to do. It's just a matter of finding the time to do it, which is not the easiest, and it's not necessarily my highest priority right now, because I'm not in a situation where I want to get this to a certain point and be monetized and start having like money rolling in from this as quickly as possible. I'm comfortable taking my time with it and finding the space that I'm comfortable with here and kind of shaping that and going from there. And I think that's where a lot of people that try it out, I don't want to say like they give up necessarily, but I think they get discouraged prematurely because they're looking at the numbers when you're just starting out and going like, man, like, no one's watching this. And it takes time. It's not going to be something that's quick necessarily. I mean, obviously you can get lucky, and that's definitely a large part of it is the luck factor for getting that big success early. But that's not guaranteed, and you can't bank on that type of stuff. For me in particular, I'm a very risk-adverse person, so that would not be how I would approach it. I'm definitely taking more of an approach of, you know, when I come away from a stream, did I have fun? That should be the first and foremost priority of it. If I'm not enjoying myself, then no one else, it's going to come through, at least for me. Like, I know I won't play horror games. I'm not a big fan of them. I'll watch streamers play them. I think it's incredibly fun to watch other people's reactions to the stuff. I think some of them have very, very interesting plots, very well-made games. It's not for me. And I've tried to play a handful of them. I didn't enjoy any of them. Just for my personal preference, I'm not too big on the jump scares, stuff like that. So if I was to play one of those, I think I would begin to be noticeably grumpy, kind of like, I'm doing this, but I'm not. It would come through that I'm not having fun playing it. And I think that translates to the audience. They would pick up on that, and then they're not going to have a great time because they're going to just be kind of checked out because I'm checked out. So I want to, that's part of why I chose Stardew for the very first game I would play on stream. It's a game I enjoy a lot. if I came away from that stream playing one of my absolute favorite games and go, man, I didn't enjoy playing one of my favorite games, it's like, then maybe this isn't the right thing for me. But I had a blast playing it. I had a blast talking about it. I think that's how I think a lot of people should approach trying these things out, is play something you're comfortable with. Okay, luau tomorrow. Play something you're comfortable with and focus on that aspect of it. And it'll help you feel more relaxed and more comfortable, and you could better find your voice for this stuff. Excuse me. So that's been how I've been viewing it. I have ideas for other things I want to do that they're just ideas right now, for playing games that I either haven't played in a very long time, or what's the right word? Might not remember as well as I did. And there's good likelihood that some of those games I end up not enjoying that I thought I would enjoy. Or maybe I enjoyed it as a kid, but my tastes have changed slightly, and I might not enjoy it now. I don't know for sure that will be the case, but it might. And so I gotta kind of keep that in mind with some stuff I play in the future, that it might not go well. And I think the important thing to do there is to be comfortable just pulling the plug on something. If you're not having fun with it, don't force yourself to keep playing it. And that's with like any game, really. That's usually how I decide to stop playing certain games too, when it feels like I'm just going through the motions with a certain game. Like I'm just, and that's usually more with like mostly live service games. I think I'll play them for a while, and then eventually it reaches a point where, like, initially it's like it's a new game, I'm finding out all this new stuff, I'm having all this fun exploring or doing the challenges, and then you reach a point where it's like I'm opening it up once a day for 5 to 10 minutes, kind of just checking off my dailies, and then I close the app out till the next day. And once I reach that point in a game, and I say when I reach that point, usually it's 2 or 3 months after I reach that point where I finally notice the pattern and have that realization that I'm not having the fun time I used to have with that game. And usually once I get that realization finally, I just uninstall it. I think that's something more people should do, even though that's not obviously what the developers would like. I think that's a larger issue with live service games. Like, I think it would be great if more companies were comfortable with just releasing a nice, tight, solid game, and that's that. Doesn't need to be like, okay, let's get the hat for fall. It doesn't necessarily need to be something where they get you to play it, and then when you're done, you have to just keep playing it forever. Like, get your money's worth. You had a blast with the game, and then move on to the next game, and then maybe you'll come back and replay the game in the future. Like, I don't love that model that every game needs to be a continuous cash flow. I understand the business side, or business perspective. I don't necessarily get the business side of wanting to do it that way, but you don't need to. And I think Stardew Valley is a very great example of how that's the case. And what Concerned Ape has done is put a lot of love and time into a very well-made game that he continues to put a lot of love and time into, and has managed to build such a great community that also wants to put a lot of love and time into this game through the mods and everything else that's made, that it's just like you get your money's worth, and then so much more. Like knowing what I know about this game, if the price of the game was to suddenly become $60 for Stardew Valley, which I know that's not going to occur, Um, but if someone was to, like, say the price is being raised to $60, I would still tell someone who's never played it, like, you're going to get your money's worth from this game. Like, this game has so much more in it than so many new games that come out that cost 60 or $70. It's incredible. Um, yeah, it's just really, really good. I don't know that I could ever stop gushing about how much this game is just like, I'm not going to use the word perfect because I mean, there's things that I like, just my personal preference that like I prefer certain mechanics over others, or there's things that like aren't my favorite in this style of game. But those little nitpicks are nothing compared to all the highs that the game has, which there are numerous. Um, and a lot of other games that have come out that are similar are really good too. A lot of them I wish I would spend more time playing. I'll probably do some of those in streams in the future. Because I did similar to, and I played World of Warcraft for a lot more than several years. But I played World of Warcraft for a very long time, and I eventually reached a point where I would play other MMOs for a little bit of time, and then would just find myself going back to World of Warcraft. Uh, that's another game that I think is just very well made. I don't play it anymore for a lot of reasons. Some of that just be stemming from frustration with Activision Blizzard and some stuff with that company. Kind of just took a break from a lot of Blizzard games. Just haven't gone back to them yet. But any MMOs I would try out, for a very long time, I would play them, and then I would just find myself going back to it because they just didn't hit on everything that I was looking for, that game hit on. I do think Final Fantasy XIV has done a fantastic job of entering that space and being a true viable competitor. I don't know what their numbers are, if it has more active subscribers or not compared to World of Warcraft. I wouldn't be shocked if it had more. At the same time, I feel like I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't, because World of Warcraft is just such a powerhouse. But that's done a great job competing, and similarly, so many great ones that have come out, like Moonstone Island. I had a lot of fun with for a bit, and then I just kind of like, I didn't play anything for a few weeks because I was busy with stuff, and by the time I wanted to come back to playing things, I just went ahead and just booted up Stardew, which was not any fault of Moonstone Island. I thought the game was very, very clever and unique and iterated in its own way to make itself feel different. I just kept playing Stardew again. But that's one that I definitely intend to go back to. I know there's several others that I have not touched at all that I'm blanking on the names, that have very different looks to them. I never really played any of the Rune Factories, so I can't really comment on those ones. I did pick up Story of Seasons Wonderful Life Remaster. Had a lot of fun with that. Mostly it was more nostalgia with that one, not so much like feeling like it was a better game, because I don't believe it is. I think Stardew really took those concepts and the concepts of Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons, and they just iterated on everything and just made a tighter play experience. But I had a lot of fun just revisiting it. And that was the Harvest Moon and Story of Season game. Story of Seasons now, but the Harvest Moon games, and Animal Crossing, even though, and I feel like those two mixed together kind of capture a lot of the feel of this. Where do I want to go with that? I got sidetracked thinking about the fishing in the back of my mind. Yeah, other similar games that I intend to play. Chef RPG is one that I've been following closely. That I really like their spin on the concept of you're running a shop while doing these activities. That looks like a ton of fun to me. Looking forward to trying that one out. I've not played Dave the Diver yet. I feel like it's got some similar elements, a bit more of a, I'll call it like pseudo combat. I don't know if I really consider it like combat, but it has that element to it a bit more of a focus for how you fish. So I think that one's going to be fun to finally play. I know my wife's played it and absolutely loves it. But yeah, there's a lot of other ones. 1 second. It's responding to a text message. I may need to respond again, but we'll see. Where was I? That broke my train of thought. Yeah, other similar style games I think was really the main thing there. And then there's other games that I have thought about trying out. I mean, I've got a list on my phone of probably close to 70 games that I have not purchased yet that I want to play. And that's in addition to all the games in Steam that I've purchased that I have not played at all. All of that stuff is things that I'll consider for what's it called? First Play Fridays. I don't know how the proper way to go about planning that out, because I don't really have any good sense of how long it's going to take to finish some of these games. Like Hollow Knight, I have no clue where exactly I'm at in the game. I haven't looked up like how long does it take to beat it or anything like that. I've watched people play it, but for myself, I watched it kind of passively. I had it on a second screen while I was doing other stuff. Would watch a lot of it. I don't remember anything about any of the boss battles, so even though it's like fights that I've done in the game to this point for myself, that I've watched other people do, the moment the fight starts, I have no memory of it, and just kind of trying to figure out the pattern in real time, which is good because I feel like there's that risk of, oh, I watched this battle, I know what to do. Fortunately, that isn't the case for me because of how I engaged in it originally. But I don't know how long it's going to take to finish it, so I don't want to try to, like, in the back of my mind be like, okay, in a month and a half I'll be starting this game, because it might not be a month and a half. But at the same time, maybe I end up finishing the game earlier than expected. So I need to be prepared to potentially play another new game sooner than expected. So I need to at least have a little queue made up of options that I want to keep diverse too. Like, I don't want to, like I was saying, like Chef RPG, I'm looking forward to. I don't know that I'm going to want to do Chef RPG right away as a First Play Friday during Stardew. I think maybe when I plan to play this current playthrough till I get perfection. Once perfection's achieved, maybe I'll play a different game for a little bit, and then next, I do know the next playthrough I'll do for this will be playing through basically the same mods, but swapping out Stardew Valley Expanded with Ridgeside Village. Um, and then do a playthrough of the Ridgeside Village characters. And then do perfection with that and all the new things that that one includes, and then do a bigger one with both Ridgeside and Stardew Valley Expanded. That would then give us a huge map to explore and like 80-ish characters, and that's how I had been playing casually, was with both of those enabled, because there's just so much stuff to do that it can feel a little overwhelming at times. So I think it would be good to just to do these two playthroughs, focusing on each one and giving it its deserved time and attention, really highlight what it does and see what it does best, and then take those, put them together, and really just highlight and emphasize those things. I think that will be a ton of fun. So that gives me 3 different playthroughs that are already planned. But I don't know that I'm going to just flow straight from one into the next. I think I'd like a little cooldown in between each playthrough and get to kind of celebrate the perfection. Maybe after getting perfection, do 2 or 3 streams that it's just fine-tune the aesthetics, just make things look nicer and be like, we achieved the goal, now let's make it look like a farm worthy of that goal. And then that kind of puts the bow on it, that it's like, it looks nice, I'm proud of it, and ready to kind of send that one off. And then it's there to come back to in the future if I want to. Well, we'll see. My opinion might change there. Maybe, like I said, this is a great game for relaxing and de-stressing for me. I don't know what the next few months definitely will look like for me, for a lot of reasons, that I might decide that, okay, I finished this Stardew playthrough, I really just want to play it again, like the following Saturday. Like, I really could use it to de-stress and relax, so let's just start the next farm instead of going into something else. But is Rainbow Trout not in here? But that's kind of to be determined. Obviously, won't know any of that till I'm in that. Unfortunately, I'd prefer to have answers earlier. I'm not one to have to deal with uncertainty or things. I very much like to have a plan in place, know what's going on, and just kind of be like in my kind of comfort area of my routine of what I know. And if that feels off in the next few months, maybe I'll keep doing Stardew on Saturdays. Like, once I finish this playthrough, maybe I'll just go straight into the next one, because it's a game that I'm comfortable with and I know, and it makes me feel relaxed. And I don't know that that's a guarantee. Oh yeah, festival today. Okay, so I'll have to wait till tomorrow to do the coop. I don't know for sure that, Moonstone Island or any of those other ones, and it's not to be a criticism of those games, I don't know for sure that those are going to invoke those same feelings for me. And I don't think it would be fair to expect that out of those games when I'm playing them after having just finished Stardew or something, if I am feeling incredibly stressed or burnt out or anything with other stuff going on. That being said, like the burnt out part, hopefully that's not the case, that I wouldn't be feeling burnt out at all. I think if I did, I would probably just take a break from streaming a little bit, because all things considered, even though I'm enjoying this a lot, there is a limit to how much I personally will put time into it until I reach the point, if I get to affiliate or something like that, and I do have the option to be able to monetize or something. I obviously would love if I could do that, but if it's not at that point yet, In my head, I have my own cap for how much I want to do, just for my own sanity, just not wanting to turn it into something that is a stressor when my approach to this has purely been as something to be relaxing and fun. Just pulling up on my phone the luau list, see what items I have, if there's anything for getting the best response. I don't think I have anything, but I just wanted to check. Let's see. I'm just gonna check them all before I walk anywhere. I don't think any fish that I have would. I don't think I have anything for that, but I probably have something for a good response. Let's see. Yeah, a gold strawberry. I'll just take that for it. And we'll head down this way to say hi to Sophia. But yeah, first and foremost, my goal with the streaming is for it to be something that I enjoy, that's a pastime. And I've been very surprised at how quickly I was able to view it like that. And just enjoy it as just like, okay, this is the activity I'm doing. Like, I made a schedule, obviously, because I like my routine, and I do think it's good to do that starting out, especially like yes, I would like to build up a viewer base, try to build a community of people to watch. Oh yeah, everyone's locked because of the festival. Mushroom. Yeah, I would like to build that community. But that's going to take time. And I think, at least for me, for following someone, like, it's good to have a schedule. Start saying hi to everybody. What a lovely occasion. It's always a joy to visit Stardew Valley. I think it's good to have that schedule just so you can make sure that you can share it and let people know in advance. For me, I update it weekly based on how the times adjust. And I think that works out pretty well. So if people see it, they know, like, oh, he'll be live on this day playing this game, so I can tune in if I'm available. And then I also note when I am going live each time, so then a second reminder. Maybe if I get on the governor's good side, he'll give my business a tax break. I wonder if he likes aged whiskey. So we'll just work our way around saying hi to everybody. I'm going to buy the recipe just so I have it. I woke up late, stepped out of the door, and found myself in the middle of all this hubbub. How's the farming coming? It must be a busy season for you. I'll be back here by the trees. The air is a lot cooler. Governor, who cares? We do this festival every year to give the governor a taste of everything the valley has to offer. I'm just going to talk to everyone to see all this stuff, and then I'll get back to talking about other things after the event. A slow, continuous rotation is key to achieving the perfect roast. I wonder what the soup will taste like this year. I hope it's tasty. My mother and I prepared a couple dishes using some old family recipes. They have a spicy kick to them. Whatever Linus is roasting smells awfully good. Good thing I came with sunscreen. I'm full, but what else is there to do besides eat? I hope the soup is good this year. Gold strawberry. If you brought something for a soup, climb the stairs on the other side and throw it in. Free buffet, one of the perks of living here. Enjoy it, kid. I put fresh vegetables from my garden into the communal soup pot. Governor has honored us with his presence, Flurkus. I may try speaking with him after Mayor Lewis has finished his conversation. Perhaps he enjoys vintage wine. Mayor Lewis has been chatting up the governor this entire festival. What are those two talking about? These blasted sandflies keep landing on the food. One year Sam put a pound of anchovies in the potluck soup. Wow, you don't get hot pepper chutney like this in the big city. Gonna drink. This is another thing streaming has got is I've recently started to make a point of drinking more water, trying to cut back on soda and sweet tea and other sugary drinks that I mostly drink. But streaming has gotten me to drink more because I'm talking more and my throat dries up. Hi there, Flurkus, taking a breather. So that's been a good thing health-wise for me, is that it's gotten me to drink more water. It's tiring to socialize with everyone. I'd rather watch the sea. Anyone down here? Yes, Magnus. The mer people are curious about your festivities. I haven't talked to them. Perfect weather for a beach party, huh? I would dance, but I don't want to get sweaty. Vincent isn't a good dancer. I'm bored. These jams really get the body moving. All this dancing is working up my appetite. She's unresponsive. Aha, the smell of the ocean takes me back many years, long before you were born. That music, it's too loud. Can I have a little peace and quiet to enjoy the ocean? Alright, so now we'll get the... That started. Look sharp, the governor's here for his annual visit. If you brought something for the potluck, make sure and add it to the soup cauldron. Let's start. Oop, that picked up. Just going to slide my mic slightly back. Well, folks, it's time once again for the potluck ceremony. I trust that you all put high-quality ingredients in the pot this year. We don't want the governor to regret his visit to the valley. Well, Governor, would you do us the honor of tasting the soup? Of course, I've been looking forward to this all year. Okay, so we got the good. Ah, that's a very pleasant soup. The produce from this valley never disappoints. Tasty. You all did very well today. Now, who else wants some soup? The luau was a success. Good thing I brought something tasty for the soup. Time to head home. Alright, we'll put that in, take that out. Store those. Alright, so got a lot of friendship with people today from that. And we'll just head to sleep. What plant did I forget to water? All the ones over here, probably. Yep. I filled up the watering can and then never watered these. Glad I have that reminder on. Okay, now to go to sleep. Big payday. Merchants in town. We got some stuff we can harvest. Grab one melon seed. Well, tomorrow will be the day we find out how many of these crops we'll be able to actually harvest. It's bad luck today. Don't know that I had anything else I really wanted to... Didn't really plan to go on that tangent about the actual activity of streaming and my thoughts on approaching it. So I don't know that I have much else to say on that. So I think I'll just kind of, for now, until something else pops into my head, just focus on more stuff for the game. So yeah, so we'll run up. We'll get the coop started. And then I'll just pick a spot to drop it down. And then that will kind of force the issue of needing to make some fences and things. Put that there. Store one of those, I'll sell one. Sell. Store, take that out. So that's to sell, that's to donate. What else did I want? Oh, I need to get stone and wood out. Head up. Then I'll probably just backtrack back down to say hi to Sophia. Let me just check. So I haven't talked about this mod yet. This is the event lookup. So these are all the eligible events that I have that can occur right now. Just different hard events and stuff. It's an easy way to, like, in-game basically get a hint. It doesn't say necessarily who it's for, that you can kind of figure it out based on what it says. But it meant to just be a hint of, like, what's coming up. Here's one of my least favorite events of all of them in the game, honestly. Oh, hello there. My dad and I are just testing some soil samples. Don't be shy, we could use a hand, actually. Could you watch this beaker for me? I'm gonna grab the last batch of samples. I'll be right back. Thanks for helping out, Flurkus. Maru's a good kid. She's my special little girl. I wouldn't want anything getting in the way of her bright future, know what I mean? That's why I hate this one. Just some food for thought, chuckle. Like, so I've got a bachelor's and a master's degree in physics. I was always, like, the smart one. And I have a lot of friends who picked a lot of different different careers after graduation from high school. Not all of them went to college, and there were comments, like, obviously it's not romantic like what he's implying, but just like teachers and others when I was going through school that didn't like who I was friends with because they knew, like, oh well, they're not going to college. It's an attitude that I really never liked growing up. So when I saw this scene, to see him kind of like, he looks down on you for not, like, you're a farmer. that doesn't mean you're not intelligent. That doesn't mean anything. It just means you're a farmer. You chose that profession for one reason or another. There's a lot of things that occur in people's lives that push them one way or another. But the way he says it really makes me not like him. I still pick the choice that doesn't lose the friendship with him here, but that's part of why I don't like Demetrius, because he very much looks down on people who aren't, in his eyes, as educated. And it's not always that straightforward, and I don't like him for that. Hey, sorry about that. I hope you found something to talk about while I was gone. I was just telling Flurkus about the soil samples we're testing. Right, Flurkus? I'm gonna say nothing to keep the friendship. Man, not a fan. Well, we'd better titrate this solution before it crystallizes on us. Here comes Hope. Yeah, hi. Okay, here, Flurkus, let me show you how to use the equipment. Okay. Cat just hopping up on my lap. She's been... Did I grab the wrong... I grabbed the wrong stack. Did not realize that. Yeah. Hope was definitely jealous throughout the day today. We were playing Hero Escape here, the friends that were over, and she wanted a lot of attention, and we had to keep moving her off the table for a while, trying to find spaces for her to lay down near us that would work for her. And she got very frustrated and grumpy with us from that. Well, me, because I was the one that kept moving her. She just wanted attention all day. I feel bad for that. So I'll definitely have to play with her a lot after the stream and just hang out with her for a bit. And that's just how it goes with pets sometimes. You can't completely control everything that they do. You just gotta make sure you communicate with them as best you can. Alright, Coop. Finally gonna have that. I'm gonna put it here, and then I'll build the fence there. Or I'll go up one. Okay, Coop has started. Head down to say hi to Sophia. And I'll drop off the tomato on the way for the summer crops. Right now I'm thinking the stream will go till 10. May end a little before that, depending how tired I get. So it is starting to hit me a bit that I've been socializing for like 6.5 hours straight, and then just went straight into starting the stream. That's just started to sink in. That's like, okay, I've just been kind of doing stuff all day today. So we'll see how much energy I have as it gets closer to 10. If I'll make it there, or if it'll be... If I'm feeling good as it gets closer, maybe I'll go a little longer. Since I did start late, I was originally planning to go 7 to 10, because usually I've been doing 1 to 4 for these streams. Sometimes I wish I could grow stuff that isn't grapes, but then Blue Moon Vineyard wouldn't be a vineyard. Yeah. But if I start to get a little more tired, I may wrap up a little earlier. 30-ish. We'll see. But I'm already looking forward. I got a lot of stuff I want to do tomorrow as far as like planning for this week. Like the schedule's going to be the same. times are going to be different. I need to check my schedule. Like, normally I like the idea of doing the Stardew streams kind of midday. I've been doing them like 1 p.m. Eastern till 4 every time. This is the first time I've done it in the evening, which is fine. I don't have an issue with doing it in the evening. But I kind of enjoyed that time slot I was doing before. It let me like kind of wake up, do a little bit of stuff in the morning, and then do the stream in the middle of the day, wrap up, get to kind of unwind a little bit after. Like, not that it like takes a lot out of me necessarily, like just the active streaming, but there's something to be said for like doing one activity for a few hours straight that you kind of want to like mentally reset a little bit afterwards. So do that for a few, and then, and I normally have dinner like 5 to 5:30ish. So kind of relax for a few and then eat dinner, and then I just have the evening to chill. Which on Saturdays, I'm not watching it right now. I'll probably watch a recording later, or I'll just watch the highlights. Saturday nights, I normally watch AEW Collision. Not watching it tonight because I wanted to make sure I did the stream, and I knew I couldn't do it during the day. I want to definitely keep to that routine. I'm one that I like keeping to my routine, but I also can be thrown off of my routine very easily. Like, if I skip something once or twice, like, I'll tend to just kind of keep skipping it then. That's just kind of me probably just lacking a little bit of that discipline. And then it can be kind of difficult for me to get back on track with it. So I wanted to try to be a bit more conscious of not letting that occur. So I would kind of decide, like, well, it's just going to have to be an evening stream. But I got to double check. I think next Saturday we'll probably be back to the 1 o'clock time. I don't know that I have anything going on next weekend. Just gotta, I'll need to double check and confirm that. But the Monday and Friday streams, the times for those I gotta think about a bit, because Monday is probably gonna have to be a short one. It'll be a long day at work. I'm gonna get home pretty late, and then I have to get up early the next morning to go back to work. And I definitely prioritize getting my rest above all else. Usually I try to make sure I'm getting close to 8 hours of sleep every night. Roughly. Usually it's somewhere between 7 and 8. That's usually my goal. So if I'm getting up like between 6:30 and 7, knowing I usually wake up once or twice overnight, either from at Hope jumping up onto the bed and waking me up. Just say hi to Andy real quick. Find anything good in the woods lately, Farmer? She'll usually wake me up either hopping up, hopping down, or just like moving around in the bed. Other noises can wake me up. It's not really a consistent pattern. Like, for the most part, I can sleep pretty deeply, but sometimes certain things will just kind of knock me awake very easily. And it always depends on like where I am in the sleep cycle when that occurs. Like, sometimes that'll happen. I'll wake up and just kind of doze off immediately. Other times I'm up and then I'm just up for like 45 minutes and then struggling to get back to sleep, but knowing like I can't just get up now. Like, if it's like 3 in the morning, that's not going to work. So yeah, so I won't want to stream too late because I'm going to want that little decompression time to reset after the stream before I actually try to lay down to go to sleep. So if I probably won't start till close to 8 most likely. If I'm going till 10, then that's like the absolute max I could possibly go to if I want to have enough time to kind of relax and then get to sleep and be able to get a reasonable amount of sleep for work the next day. So we'll see how that goes. I wish I could do that stream longer. I was happy this past week. Monday counted as a holiday for me, so I was off that day, so it was easier for me to just be like, I'll just start the stream at 7, and then it could be. I think I did like 2.5 hours. It was nice to be able to do that, but I don't have that luxury. Like 50 or 48 weeks out of the year. If it's not a holiday on a Monday, then I'm working. So it applies to any day, but usually Monday is the day for a lot of those holidays that are like first or second Monday of a month, or last Monday, like Memorial Day. I no longer have the luxury of telework for any of my days, so I just have to get used to dealing with my commute and then trying to find time, because the commute just wastes roughly 2 to 2.5 hours of my day every day now. And I only telework once or twice a week. Not a huge amount to begin with, but it is still a significant amount of time lost commuting back and forth. And it's not exactly an easy option to just move closer right now. There's just not a lot of houses available that fit what I would like, that I would want to have at the start, that feel like a good deal either, just with interest rates and everything, in addition to making sure you've got the money for it. Content to just stay where I am for now, the downside being a long commute, which means a lot of wasted time throughout the week. For me, that impacts being able to do the streaming on certain days for longer amounts of time, impacts the amount of time I get to like spend time with my wife when I get home, just get to relax, have a little downtime, which sucks, but I just kind of have to make the best of it for the time being. Hope is going to bump the mic. She hopped down, so I always get nervous when she hops up and starts to circle around the microphone. Catch a few more. We're getting pretty close to level 8, so then we could try to catch the king salmon. Oh, I forgot to check the traveling merchant today. Oh well. Yeah, eventually, I have ideas for a few more days of the week for other streams I want to do. For one of them, I might need to get one thing as an extra supply. Not positive on that. Check on it, just some stuff I haven't done yet. But it's something where I actually would need to buy some. Oh, my energy's very low. This is definitely the last fish. There's also some other things that I would want to get before I did that one, which would basically just be a chill, like back a little bit more, like doing a lot of like Gunpla or like Digimon model kits or Dragon Ball Z, Mega Man. Okay, got a level, so now we can start getting the king salmon. the downside to doing that stream is there is a recurring cost for it, in the sense that I need to keep buying things to make. So I would want to think through a couple things with that one. First being, okay, how much space do I actually have for these things? So I would want to make sure I'm buying stuff that I definitely want and that I have space for or will have space for. Then the other part of that, I think all of these I could sell. The other part of it would be if I don't have space for them and I still want to do it, what is that plan? Like, do I do something with them, like raffle them off to followers? Do I auction them off as a charity fundraiser? Because if I was to do anything getting rid of them, it would either be just as gifts or the money for selling them would be for a charity. Because I feel, I was going to sit first. It would just feel strange to me to, like, for making models at least, like, to stream making the model, trying to have people, if I was monetized, like, subscribing to watch that content, and then for me to turn around and sell the built model to them. Like, I've never really gotten into like the customize, like doing a lot of like painting and other things with the model kits myself. I eventually want to do that. Stuff for cinnamon. I want to check. So if I was to do that, I'd want to raffle or like give them away to followers, or auction them off, like, and then just it's a fundraiser for a charity of some sort. I'd feel a little better about it that way, and it's a way for me to be able to make those things, do the thing I want to do for that stream, but not just accumulate things that I didn't necessarily want to keep, but I wanted to at least get to build it and experience building it. Because, I mean, there's only so many Gundams that exist. I mean, there's a lot of them. But I usually only build the ones that I'm a fan of and I'm interested in. So if I build anything else that I don't really care for, I want to have a plan for it. Because I know if it's something that's like, I don't want to keep it, but I want to at least build it, then I'd like to know what that plan is in advance. King Salmon, does it need to be sunny? No. So we can just head right down to get it. Two. Okay, we got 3 of them. Three of each. Okay, so we're gonna need to buy a bunch more. I'm gonna throw them in there for now. So we'll take 1 of each to donate, sell 1 of each. Blueberries will be grown tomorrow. Okay, so those are planted. We gotta buy more of each. And that was a pretty good return for them. I'm pretty pleased with that, getting 3 of each. That makes me feel pretty comfortable that we'll be able to get the last 2 for each one of them. Yeah, I think that doing the model making would be a very fun one. That's definitely a hobby I really enjoy, but I kind of have to do it in spurts because it's not something I can just, or that I try to perpetually buy because they can get pretty expensive. Um, and I say that because I normally do master grades for the model kits, and I could always buy a bunch of high grades. They're a lot cheaper and build those ones. George Cola for Willie. It's gonna sit out here and wait and just drink some more water. And I have an idea for another day of doing streams that would be actually for making or getting videos to use for, well, playing through games, but the videos and clips of them would be used for some YouTube ideas that I have. No clue when that would realistically occur. That's something that is much further off because that's going to take a much bigger time investment to be making videos and uploading them, stuff like that. Like, no, I didn't need to actually buy those ones, but that's fine. It's just a much bigger time commitment to be taking the time to do the streams, take the VODs, take out clips of them. Excuse me. It'd basically be like a video essay. Right, it is a video essay that I would be doing. So taking the time to write the script for that, everything else it would just be such a big time commitment that while I would have fun doing it because it's something that I really would like to do, balancing that time commitment with the rest of the streaming while having my current full-time job is where I kind of have to take a step back and kind of check myself a little bit and remind myself to not be biting off more than I can chew with it all right now. So that's going to have to just come another time when it feels feasible. Hope is just circling around me again for some more attention because she is owed it. She deserves it. Her bed that had been in here, I moved out there to get her comfortable when we were up there. Got to move it back in here. She's probably noticing that. She's a little annoyed that she doesn't have it here. So she wants to hop back up. Yeah, you can hop back up. Go for it. She's just waiting for permission. Yeah, come on. Yeah. There she is. It's such a long walk over to this area. It doesn't help when I'm only using one hand and not fully paying attention because I'm petting her. I don't believe I can make emotes yet. I haven't looked at, like, there's things I haven't just looked at all. In like the creator dashboard stuff. But I don't believe I can make emotes yet, but I 100% plan to make most of my emotes be Hope using just various photos of her and stuff. But that's an also a for the future thing to do. Yeah, so way down here there's a stream where we can get the king salmon. And like I said a few times during these streams so far, fishing's always my first one to get to level 10, and this is just another example of why that's the case. tomorrow will be a fun day in game because it's going to be green rain tomorrow. Oh, bull trout. Another Stardew Valley expanded fish. Oh, misclicked. While it was nice to get those gold star crops, the unfortunate downside of it is I don't know if we're going to get to grow all those other crops I brought before the end of the season now. And I could always... Well, if I catch the king salmon, I don't need to fish the rest of the month. So maybe I'll just kind of lean into the farming a bit more and spend the time watering the crops each day. Maybe I'll do that. Only fish for... I'm going to have an earlier cutoff point for fishing here because this is a very long walk back. She started walking around on me. Not to make an excuse entirely for failing that one, but... Oh, jeez. That's... Yep. That one was 100% on me. That movement is the one that always gets me. She's about to walk on the keyboard. No. I don't know what she just did with the map. Oh no. I don't know what that means. Can only spawn June emote. Okay. I don't know what that one means either. What is she doing? Oh. God, keyboard. Okay, what just happened? I don't know how that mini map gets. Okay. How do I adjust that? Come on, stop. Just hop down then. One second. Okay. Okay, that's screenshot mode. That's that. Okay. I never knew that button was a thing. Well, that was exciting. Okay, now she's just laying on the chair behind me. Not amused by me moving her, but had to do what I had to do. Did I get the chest? Cool. Getting a lot of experience points from those fish. I think we'll just have to keep trying each day for the king salmon. I'll be able to buy chickens. Oh, we have 2 days for it. So eventually I'll be able to buy the chickens. We'll start walking back now because it's a bit of a long walk. Get some hay while we're at it. Not a lot, it's a bad luck day. I'm assuming, I don't know for sure actually on that one. Luck plays a factor when you're cutting grass for hay. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I would guess it does. Oh, we got an iridium one for that. Cool. Long walk back. It takes. By the time we get to the chest, it'll be. Well, I could have cut over a little, so wasted a little bit there. But 2.5-ish hours just to walk the whole way back. It's quite a bit of time. Oh, and I haven't gotten into the fruit cave yet today. So I'll pop into there in a minute. Let's see, there's a Dorado, some largemouth bass. Let's see, bull trout we haven't caught yet, so that's going to go there. That catfish. Just take that one out. Store the mushroom. I'm going to keep all the grapes there for convenience for when I can get a dehydrator. Alright, so now the fruit cave. We'll check that quick. Okay, we could chop those down for some mahogany. And we now have access to the peach tree. So that was a lot of stuff too. Well, a lot of fruit, specifically. So let's see. We'll put those in. That. Some more plums. Salmon berry. Sell one peach. Those salmon berries. Take 2 more out. Fiddlehead fern. Plenty more to sell. And I'm going to chop those mahogany trees down for some more hardwood quick. Let's plant those there. Yeah. I think I may just call it here. I'm feeling a little tired, more so than I did before, and hope definitely wants some attention, playtime. I didn't really give her throughout the day today because I was busy. I'm going to go with the animal products. I don't have any yet, but I'm going to be leaning into that. So I think I'm just going to call it there, play with her a little bit, relax for a bit, since I kind of been going all day today. Would have liked to play more, but I don't have the energy. I just think it'll be easier to just pick it up next week after I have a little more energy. It'll be earlier in the day. But I still had fun tonight. I'm really happy with how many gold melons and gold butternut squash we were able to get. So that will be a lot of fun to continue just waiting really for the rest of them to grow. We'll be able to finish the summer crops bundle because the blueberry should be done today, and it's green rain. So that'll be a ton of fun to go into and work, get a lot of moss collected today, a lot of fiddlehead ferns that we'll be able to sell, so it'll be a nice payday. So that'll be a fun day to kind of start off with. There'll be a lot going on. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to Monday doing the next stream, doing some more Pokemon Sweet. Hopefully be able to get through. I don't think we beat the second gym yet. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But continue that, see where we go from there. So yeah, appreciate everyone who tuned in. Hope you had fun, and I will see you all later.